The key to accessing and understanding the subconscious mind. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Rapid Subconscious Reprogramming Community. Today, I want to talk a little bit more about the subconscious mind and how to start working on accessing it and being able to understand it. Because to be able to make changes, we really need to understand how the mind works, because it's the only way it's going to allow us to be able to make changes. So welcome back again. Thank you for being here. If you're watching on social media, #live, just let us know if you're there. #replay. If you're watching replay, that would be awesome. Comment, the more you comment here, and it's free, right? More people get to see it, more people are going to benefit from this. So thank you very much. Sorry, we're having some, there we go. Sorry, replaying on the background. So accessing and understanding the subconscious mind. A lot of people, don't understand how the mind works. So how the mind works, I want to make it, easier to understand, is we have the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind is kind of part of the mind where we say, hey, imagine that conscious, you say, I'm going to start going to the gym. I'm going to start, eating healthier. I'm going to start doing my, taxes beforehand so everything doesn't get, piled up. I'm going to organize my room. I'm going to organize the garage. I'm going to clean up the garage, whatever. I think about that consciously, but subconsciously something else is happening because I don't end up doing it. When I procrastinate, or if I fall into perfectionism, or I'm doing or not doing the things that I need to do, I need to understand how the mind works, because if I don't understand how the mind works, I'm not going to be able to make changes, people. This is why it's so important understanding the processes that are going on. So how to access and understand about the subconscious mind. Instead of beating yourself up because you're procrastinating about something you're doing or not doing something, maybe you're falling into people pleasing, maybe you're falling into, different behaviors that you would like to change. Instead of hating yourself for the behaviors, that is not going to allow you to really access a subconscious mind. It's just going to stay at a conscious level. One of the most effective ways to access and understand the subconscious mind is asking yourself, what is the benefit? Seriously, if you're procrastinating, what is the benefit? If you're not going to the gym, what is the benefit? If you cannot stop drinking, what is the benefit? If you don't stop eating, what is the benefit? So what is the benefit? To be able to understand what is the mind protecting you from. When we try to go into the mind and say, oh, why am I doing this, right? Why am I procrastinating? Normally, we come from judgment, and from judgment, the mind tends to close up. Type a yes or a no in the chat if that is correct, that when somebody judges you or criticizes you, you tend to shut down. Most people, when they are judged or criticized, they tend to shut down. So you are proving to me, people, that when somebody does that to you, tend to shut down. Imagine if you do it to yourself. Why would your mind react differently than when others treat you that way? If you judge and criticize yourself, why would you expect your mind to act in a different way? And seriously, this blows my mind, people, because I hear all these gurus talking about the mind, about, shutting it off, get rid of the inner critic, don't listen to it, put it a name and just say, Thomas, shut up, right? Or whatever. That is judgment. So when we're judging, we're doing exactly, the mind is doing exactly when we're judged by others. Normally, for most people, it shuts down. So you're not able to access and you're not able to understand. So instead of doing that, again, what you need to start asking is, what is this protecting me from? What is the benefit? And people might say, but Tommy, drinking, there's no benefit in drinking, it's destroying my liver, it's bringing this problem, blah, 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 whatever. It's because you're not really understanding that many times drinking could be a way to soothe yourself, to reduce the pain. So it has benefits. If you're not able to see them, it doesn't mean that there are no benefits. People pleasing. Oh, what's the benefit of people pleasing? People pleasing might bring you the love and acceptance from others that maybe you're seeking, that you didn't have when you were growing up. Perfectionism, what is the benefit? Falling into perfection, maybe you do it so correct, you do it so right, you do it so perfect that you don't get judged and criticized. So perfectionism has many benefits. Drinking, whatever addiction that you're struggling, has benefits. If you're not able to find those benefits, it's going to be very difficult to access your subconscious mind because the mind is going to close down. Why? Because if you don't see any benefits, you're thinking that the behavior that you're doing is wrong. And there's no wrong behavior. Today, I was talking to a guy that he is struggling with isolating, and he has tried years of therapy, years and years and years of therapy, and he's still struggling with that, and he's not being able to move forward in his life. So when I started asking him a couple of questions, right? What is the benefit of isolating? And nobody had asked him this before. What is the benefit of this behavior? He said, it kind of keeps me away from people from hurting me. Bingo. He's isolating because he doesn't want to get hurt. So there's a benefit. So instead of judging himself, criticizing himself for isolating, I started telling him that he needed to give himself a pat in the back for using that to protect himself. So at the beginning, it was weird for him because, okay, I'm congratulating, or I'm, giving us a pat in the back because I'm drinking, I'm eating, I'm not going to the gym, I'm isolating and doing all of this. I need to give myself a pat in the back. Yes, that's the next part of understanding the subconscious mind. You need to understand that there are parts of you, like personalities inside of you, that are using those things to try to protect yourself from something deeper, as I was saying. So listen to this, and this is the key behind behavior. A part of you that didn't feel loved and accepted created a behavior to seek for love and acceptance or numb the pain from the lack of love and acceptance. Every behavior from the human side, every behavior that is not okay, quote unquote, as most people say, it is for our reason, as I was saying, for seeking for love or seeking to numb the pain of the lack of love. So that part of you didn't feel loved in the first place. That's why it started creating behaviors to try to feel love or numb the pain. So if that part of you needed love in the first place and it didn't get it, if you judge it, if you criticize it, if you reject it, you're going to make it feel less loved and accepted. If that part of you feels less loved and accepted, it's going to do more of the behavior that you're trying to get rid of. The more you judge and reject the behaviors that you're having that are not aligned or not correct, right, without understanding, unfortunately, what you're doing is creating more of that behavior. Yes, most people out there create more of that behavior. So if you really want to change that behavior, you need to start giving love and acceptance to the part of you that lacked love and acceptance and started using any type of behavior to try to change that state. Is that making sense? Type a 1 in the chat if this is making sense. A part of you didn't feel loved and accepted and is seeking for that now. So it's creating behaviors, even the ones that are negative, quote unquote, are seeking for behaviors to feel love and acceptance or to numb the pain of the lack of love and acceptance. So as you judge yourself through these behaviors, what you're actually doing is creating more of that behavior. Yes, whenever you want to change a behavior, we got to start with understanding why it's there. What is the benefit? I was saying at the beginning, what is the benefit for this behavior to be there, right? Moving away from the pain or seeking for love and acceptance. So what does that part of you need? It needs love and acceptance. When you bring love and acceptance, there are more chances, it's not guaranteed overnight, but you're going to start being able to build a new path. You're going to start deviating from the last path of judgment, criticism, rejection that takes you to the same end, right? That is not doing what you need to do or doing more of what you want to change from doing. Stop drinking, you're going to create more drinking problems if you beat yourself up, if you judge yourself for doing what you're doing. Instead, what we're looking is to love and accept. That doesn't mean that you're going to do more of it. It's the opposite, because if that part of me feels loved and accepted, it's not going to need that behavior. So it's going to start dissolving the behavior instead of creating more of that behavior. So it's the opposite of what most people are telling us. But actually, what most people are telling us is not working for most people. So if it's not working for most people, and think about this for a second, if you had a partner beside you that is supporting you, holding on and saying, hey, I'm here for you no matter what you do, I love and accept you no matter what you do, you're going to feel less the need of doing that behavior, because that behavior normally is to seek for love and acceptance or numb the pain. If I don't feel loved, I might fall into drinking to numb the pain of the lack of love. If I'm doing drugs, if I'm doing eating, if I'm doing whatever to numb the pain of the lack of love, if I start feeling love and acceptance, that behavior will eventually start dissolving. I am doing the only thing I know how to do. Yes, Susan, the truth is normally we're doing exactly what we were taught, that it's the opposite of what we need to do. So to be able to access a subconscious mind, first we need to start asking the right questions. What is the benefit of this behavior? And that's when slowly the mind is going to start revealing what is going on. And then from there, we start understanding. When we find what is the partial truth, why is it that we're doing what we're doing? What happened maybe many years ago that created this behavior? We can start changing that. It's like a mechanic understanding how the mind works. Sorry, a mechanic understanding how the car works to be able to change things in the car, to stop a noise or to start a behavior the car is having. This is the same thing. If we don't understand how the mind works, it's going to make it very difficult to start making changes. So I hope that makes sense. Start asking the right questions without judgment, without criticism. The mind will reveal normally what is going on. So if you're doing things that you want to change, or you don't doing things that you want to start doing, first understand what's going on. If you're procrastinating, remember, maybe you're procrastinating because you are very hard on yourself whenever you don't get the result as expected, something that you learned from your parents maybe. So you tend to procrastinate to protect yourself from, maybe if you don't get the expected results, from beating yourself up. And somebody might say, Tommy, but if I'm not doing, I'm still in pain because I'm not doing. Okay, but the pain of doing and not getting the result that you would like to is going to be much bigger than the pain of staying where you are. The pain of doing and failing or not getting the results that you want is higher. You're more scared of that than staying where you are. That's why a lot of people are stuck in not doing what they want to do. A lot of entrepreneurs, 80% of entrepreneurs quit on their business in the next 2 or 3 years, and a lot even in the first year. So what's going on in the entrepreneur journey? They don't get the results as expected. They start feeling like crap and they stop doing what they need to do. And eventually they set themselves up for failure, because if you stop doing what you need to do, your business will never grow. So again, understanding the mind is what's allowing me, and helping others make changes, dissolving behaviors or creating new behaviors. But the only way is to really understand and to bring that love and acceptance. So I hope that makes sense. Let me know what you think in social media if you're watching. I hope you enjoyed this. If you want to learn more, just follow me. I go weekly lives like this where I share, insight and tools to help people understand the mind more and be able to start making more changes. So again, thank you very much. I hope